Hi, it is iYikKam time again. So lately, I have received quite a few messages questioning me, saying that is the Wing Chun I present is the authentic, real Wing Chun. So here I like to share with you my view on this, or my answer to this type of questions. Okay. Number one, what I present is a description of Wing Chun based on evidence. It is not my Wing Chun. It is a common denominator based on evidence and facts. Okay? I do not have a Wing Chun system. There's no such thing as Hendrik Santo Wing Chun or something like that. There's no such thing. And this is not iYikKam Wing Chun either. What I'm presenting is a common denominator of Wing Chun. I describe what is happening. Okay. So, anybody, if one can drop one's bias or the desire of calling it Hendrik Santo Wing Chun or Joe Wing Chun or Mike Wing Chun, so forth, and look at what it is, one will see it today. It's still not too late. And Wing Chun really do not need to be evolved based on certain bodies, certain one's opinion, okay, or interpretations. What Wing Chun need to be doing today is to clearly see what Wing Chun is and bring in the scientific law of physics so that Wing Chun can have a good education instead of keeping interpret or call it this is my Wing Chun, this is your Wing Chun, this is somebody's Wing Chun. Okay? And as we can see in the past 50, 60 years, a lot of these things are calling it my Wing Chun, your Wing Chun, put a name in front of it, and exists. Okay? And that is trouble. Okay? Now, so the reason I tell you it is trouble, or I share with you is trouble, is because I want to share with you this following example. Okay? So you can see what do I mean by I describe Wing Chun. I do not have a Wing Chun based on me, and it's no need to have that. Okay, and I do not need to evolve the Wing Chun. I only need to fuse it, and everybody just need to fuse it in today's science or law of physics so that we can better describe it, better implement it, and expect result. Okay, not living in some movie or some fantasy land or some legend or some history debate. Okay, we need to know what is the technology. Okay, the first thing I want to share with you guys is this: Wing Chun. If you read Grandmaster Yip Man's interview in Chinese, okay, in the New Martial Hero magazine, he said clearly, Wing Chun is not the Hong Kong Wing Chun. It is not. Okay? They are different style. Okay? Now, but today, look around. There are people keeping saying that Wing Chun is Wing Chun. Hong Kong Shaolin Wing Chun. Or is the similar and this kind of stuff. And then there's somebody who's saying, advanced Wing Chuner has to look into Tai Chi, particularly Yang Tai Chi, okay, to learn the Fa Jing and so forth, the forceful and so forth, okay. And then there's another group who importing, say, Ngo Zhou, okay. The people who do Ngo Zhou, practice Ngo Zhou, okay, this is actually happening in Southeast Asia. People wrote me. Why is that all these Ngo Zhou people suddenly saying that they are Wing Chun? Okay, So number one thing is, can we just simply take it? Since Grandmaster Yip Man is the guy who is very knowledgeable in the past generations, where we still be able to know who he is and his art. Why don't we just accept that? And instead of getting into this Hong Kong Wing Chun is Wing Chun, Ngo is Wing Chun, Tai Chi is Wing Chun need Tai Chi, all those kind of stuff. Okay? So ask a question, are we have a better Wing Chun than Grandmaster Yip Man? If not, forget about it. Why create all this issue, this distortions? Okay? So that's number one. The second thing is, in the same article of Grandmaster Yip Man's interview, it said that the Wing Chun engine is the rattan body, the rattan body. I call it the handling of the seven bowls, because Grandmaster Yip Man actually defined in that article, it is a roll. Usually people say soft, but it's not. It is called flexible. Okay. Now, look at what the rattan body turned into today. People start to have this hold on to a structure. Okay, using what they call the under elbow 张台力 structure. Okay, put the body weight behind the structure. That's one way to go. The second way is people importing Tai Chi, soft. Everything has to be soft. Okay. The third thing is somebody stand there saying they're using mind power. Okay. Excuse me, sir. What is that got to do with the rattan body? Did anybody follow the teaching and the descriptions of Grandmaster Yip Man saying that there's rattan body? Okay. Now you say, well, Grandmaster Yip Man might don't know what he's doing and blah blah blah. Let me tell you one thing. Grandmaster Yip Man is an old generation Chinese gentleman. As all old traditional Chinese gentlemen, they will not put their name in the line because they concerned on their name going down to the tube in the next generations or the future. So the way how they say things will be really careful, not like this us today, we just simply say anything we like. Okay? They will say things really carefully, especially when it is putting in the magazine. Okay, and he know that later on people can read it. Okay. So where is the so-called structure, the Tai Chi soft, the mind power come in? When it is clearly defined as the rattan body. And today, if we use the scientific way or the law of physics or biomechanics to interpret that, or to actually better say, to detailedly describe that, it is a seven bowl handling. Nothing hold. Structure is holding. Rattan have never hold. Rattan do not have this 张台力 or elbow power also, because the rattan is a full body, full piece integrations. And rattan is not the soft stuff. Okay, it is flexible, lively, unrestricted or unrestrained. That is raw. Read Grandmaster Yip Man's article and find it for yourself. So instead of we go out there and thinking what we like, we read some Tai Chi stuff, some southern Chinese martial arts stuff, then we start to speculate on things. We have no idea what it is on Wing Chun, and we have no idea what it is on other art. Okay? So do we know Wing Chun? Sure. Is Wing Chun out there? Sure. There's common denominator. There's by evidence, right? Now, the third thing is about the sun punch. Say the sun punch. In the same article of Grandmaster Yip Man, he said this. He said that the Wing Chun strike is like a nailing or insert or injecting into the target. Okay? It's like you're using a hammer to tap or to nail or to insert and the nail get in. And it is a flexible power. It is not a brute force, really a thrust in power. Read that interview, okay? Guess what people today do? Hold on to the structure. Forward pressure. Is that accord to what Grandmaster Yip Man say? No. He already said it's not brute force style. It has to be flexible, like inserting that nail. But people using this body weight and so forth to nail in. Guess what? That's the issue of when people read something and they do not know what it is and they keep speculate. When Grandmaster Yip Man say in that article, read it. It is about descriptions of how the nail inject or nail into the wall. It's not about the hammer. But today everybody thinking they want to use this big hammer as a body to hammer something in, to forward pressure using structure in. Okay? Hammer, like today using the whole body, is a power strike with a deep momentum. Nailing and insert or injecting is a snap strike. It's an impulse in physics, okay, in an impulse, okay. So it's an impulse type of momentum, and one is the full deep momentum, okay, very strong, powerful, like hit by a truck. So one is like a snap, another one is like hitting by a truck. How is one turned into this what do you call it? The sun punch, which is a snap or an injections, okay, or insert into a big truck, a crushing, okay, and even ridiculous. Somebody thinking, oh, big truck crushing is no good. So guess what? I need to root like Tai Chi. I need to have this fudging like Tai Chi. Man, are you out of your mind? It's already said that it is a snap. And even if we read the ancient Chinese scripture on stick body and sword strike, sun punch is a cha insert. It is a inject it, insert in, a snap in. It is not the rooting, punching with moving the dantian area, those kind of stuff. Okay. So why are we doing all this demo? Oh, inch punch. You see how much the body go instead of just a simple snaps or twist, twisting snaps. So it is in front of everybody's face, okay? It is in front of everybody's eyes. Grandmaster Yip Man's article is there, okay? Then it comes to this, Wing Chun is about my son. My son is, in Chinese, in Mandarin is Ru Shen. In English is actually entering the body, get close, entering the body. Okay, my son. But look at today, what we do. We just simply crush in, okay, rush in. That's not my son. That's cross in. And if I use my my son punch this way, and how can I mind his son? I'm pushing him away. Okay, disregard what other people do. When I do this punch, I'm just punching him away. How is that my son? My son means I have to get close. My son means I have to get close. Not punching him away, not pushing the whole body, rushing like a truck running forward. Okay, so that's my son. And then there's this line. We talk about line of fire. Okay, line. In the Wing Chun, we talk about line. Okay, scene. Okay, in Cantonese. Well, line turn into what? Turn into the closest between 2 points is a straight line. Okay, and Wing Chun linearly run into a straight line attack. Okay, it turns to that. So line. Okay, you look at all those Wing Chun past generations, like in Yip-Man, Grandmaster generations, and the generations after that, some of them, you talk about scene Y, okay, meaning that your line, how to play this line, and then today it turned into the closest between 2 points is a straight line, and then Wing Chun is linearly run into the straight line, full force, okay. And then they have this concept of you need to close the gap, bridge, okay, bridging the gap, bridge, okay, so you have to have a play with the bridge. Number one thing, when you talk about line, it's talk about line of fire, okay, meaning that one is not going to do this kind of thing to have a crush. One know what kind of line to get in and how to play with the line of fire. That is what line is about. And one don't talk about this bridging, because line is the critical point, not the bridging. Bridging is for long fist people. Some of them, not everything, everybody too. Line is important for Wing Chun, which is a short strike, and important to the long fist, and it is particularly important for Wing Chun is because the line has to deal with the enter of the body to shoot in. Okay. So, if you look at all these things what I listed out here, we must be kidding if we keeping thinking that our own way, my internal Wing Chun, my internal Xiu Lin Tao, my internal this and my internal that, and then I'm going to use Tai Chi, or I'm going to use different stuff, whatever I am, I call it Wing Chun. Okay. So Wing Chun have no problem. The problem is the people need to learn how to think, and need to learn when to not think, but just watch it and describe what it is. So example for the sun punch today, we have this is the center line of fire. We rush in like that. Okay, this is Wing Chun. In fact, what Wing Chun is about is this. Okay, not rushing in using the power strike here. Instead, enter the body, insert in the strike. Not standing there with the structure, suffocate, try to punch as fast as possible, but really lively, flexible, and really with ease. You just enter the body, snap him, insert him. Okay? Not just tense out, and everything like that, or turn into a boxing or something like that. Okay? It's not something like that, sun punch. And Wing Chun don't do those, because Wing Chun is a short, this close body short strike. Okay. So I like to share with you this to show you what I'm talking about is just a common denominator, which is out there. Okay, the old generation is having that. The problem, the first step problem of Wing Chun is not that the art is dead. The first step of the problem is we need to learn how to think and how to not think and how to not get creative, but know what is Wing Chun, basic, the common denominator. Okay, so this is to share with you today.